What's up, the Fly Eagles Fly family? You're watching Philadelphia Eagles Now by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Senior. Appreciate all of you, no matter where you are or how you're tuned in, for tuning into Philadelphia Eagles Now. Another loaded show coming your way. Hope you're all enjoying your weekend. The Eagles making some roster moves. Could the Eagles sign this free agent to replace Dallas Goedert? And we have some information as to how you can get a free Brian Dawkins signed helmet that we're going to give away during our watch party on Sunday against the Indianapolis Colts. Before we dive into all of this, if you think the Birds will bounce back this week against the Indianapolis Colts and come off that Washington loss with a vengeance, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. I do think the Eagles win. I'm not sure they cover that touchdown line, but I'm confident that they move to 9-1 on the year. So let's touch on these Eagles roster moves here that Philadelphia did make, because obviously it's been a really busy week for them. They signed Linval Joseph, they signed Ndamukong, also a lot of injuries, and then in addition to their practice squad, after releasing Auden Tate, the wide receiver from their practice squad, they are bringing him back, and the corresponding roster move, cornerback Mac McCain let go. As for Tate, welcome back. He was on the practice squad a couple of days ago, and now he rejoins the practice squad. He played at Florida State, 7th-round pick back in the 2018 draft, really good size at 6'5", 228 pounds, and that's why I think the Eagles like him, because of his physical attributes at that wide receiver spot. Few years with the Cincinnati Bengals from 2018 to 2021, and since then, he has struggled to stick at the NFL level. He's been with the Falcons practice squad and now the Eagles practice squad. Career stats in 4 years. He's actually put up some okay numbers considering he hasn't played all that much, and a lot of this coming with Cincinnati, because after that, he just hasn't been able to find his footing. Drop passes, a little bit of injury issues, 61 catches, 799 yards, average yards per catch of 13.1 with 2 touchdowns. I thought for a moment when the Eagles signed him back several months ago that maybe he was going to be a tight end conversion, but as of right now, they're going to keep him at that wide receiver spot. More roster moves for Philly. They've officially placed Dallas Goedert on IR. I've gotten this question a lot. What does that mean, Chase? When you go on IR, you have to miss at least 4 games. Marlon, Tuipulotu, he's going to be on IR as well with that knee injury. He did finish the game against Washington. It's going to be a big blow to this Eagles defense, even though they did sign Linval Joseph as well as Ndamukong, because he had been playing a lot the last couple of weeks without Jordan Davis. Tyree Jackson, the tight end, has been activated off PUP. We're going to talk about him coming up here in just a second. Eagles signing safety Marquise Blair to their practice squad, and the practice window for Janarius Robinson, formerly of the Minnesota Vikings, that has been open for 21 days. So if you want Eagles videos every single day, there's a lot left to get to on the show. A reminder to subscribe to the channel. Trying to get to 50,000 subscribers as soon as possible. We're less than 15K away. So if you want informative, entertaining, interactive Eagles news, rumors, and analysis with live shows and watch parties, lock us in and subscribe right now. A big question I have received following the Dallas Goedert injury. Can Philadelphia and Howie Roseman bring Rob Gronkowski out of retirement and replace Dallas Goedert with him to at least soften the blow of being without Goedert, as that injury, putting him on IR with that shoulder ailment, which happened on the face mask fumble play, and we're not sure how long he's going to be out. Originally, Mike Garafolo had said it's not expected to be season-ending. I just have to shut this down because I know a lot of people have seen Rob Gronkowski throughout his career, and he's one of the best tight ends to ever play. He is not coming out of retirement. 1, he's lost a lot of weight. 2, it's too late in the process, and the timing doesn't make sense. And I think the Eagles are going to go in-house with some of their replacements for Dallas Goedert. If this was season ending and a little bit earlier, maybe they'd make a call. I wouldn't even make a call right now if I was Howie Roseman. And already, you're signing a couple of old guys in Linval Joseph as well as Ndamukong. It is easy to see why a lot of people would be excited about Gronk making his way to the city of brotherly love. This is a guy who did take off 2019 because he retired, then comes back, wins the Super Bowl with his boy Tom Brady, and caught 45 balls, 623 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Last year, he had that touchdown catch against Philadelphia in the wild card round, totaled the regular season with 55 catches, 802 yards, 14.5 yards per pop, and in 2018 with the New England Patriots, another good season. But he has suffered from so many injuries throughout his career that I think he's spent. He's won multiple Super Bowls. He's He's done it all alongside one of his best friends in Tom Brady. He can walk off into the sunset and just call it a career and probably still make it to the Hall of Fame, even though he just surpassed 30 years old. That's how good this guy has been, and there's no need for him to stop doing what he's doing in the business and broadcasting world to come back and play football for a couple of more weeks here for the Philadelphia Eagles. So what do you think, though? Be real with me right now. Should Howie Roseman say, F it, inside Rob Gronkowski? S for sign, G for that's crazy. Let me know what you think and be the GM right now in the comment section. Thanksgiving and Black Friday are coming up next week in case those of you who need a reminder, you get it. And if you want the most unique holiday gift during this holiday season, you can get it with Established Titles. If you go to establishedtitles.com/chat and use the promo code chat, you get 10% off. And you get to have land right here, which we're showing you, in Edelston, Scotland. Established Titles, a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It's a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds, lords, and ladies in English. You can buy these title packs, which give you 1 square foot of dedicated land at least right here with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and this official certificate with a crest. I am now referred to as Lord Chase Sr. because I made my purchase. And if you make your purchase, you can include the title of Lord or Lady on your credit card, plane tickets, and dating profiles. It makes for a great last-minute gift. And the first 200 people purchasing a title pack using our link will effectively be next to my plot within a few minutes of walking distance. And depending on how many of you purchase a title pack, we can make and create our own Eagles Now Kingdom overseas in Scotland. An amazing last-minute gift. Established Titles running a massive early Black Friday sale with discounts on their website of up to 80% off. You can get an additional 10% off if you go to establishedtitles.com/chat. We'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. Working off Gronk as well as Dallas Goedert. This is the current Eagles tight end production so far throughout their NFL careers. Jack Stoll is probably going to be the new tight end 1, but I do expect Grant Calcaterra, before Tyree Jackson comes back, to be the go-to receiving option. Jack Stoll will still be on the field a lot, primarily as a blocker and a pass catcher, but Calcaterra has yards after the catch ability. And for all three of these guys, including Tyree Jackson, there is not a lot of experience outside of Goedert, who this year I thought was playing as the second best tight end in the NFL behind Travis Kelce. And speaking specifically of Tyree Jackson, are the Eagles counting on this guy right here to fill the void of Goedert being out? And even when Goedert comes back, do the Eagles have a special weapon at their disposal? Pretty fascinating story with Tyree Jackson, who late in the year last year tore his ACL against the Dallas Cowboys, and that's why he was just activated off PUP, and hopefully he's able to return soon. A player development story that can be compared to that of Jordan Mailata. Tyree Jackson in 2021 training camp was really, really good for Philly. And keep in mind that he put up these numbers when Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert were on the field for the Eagles, and he still finished second among all tight ends in these categories. 44 targets, 35 receptions, 4 touchdowns, second most among tight ends on that Eagles roster. And this is not bad for a converted quarterback who played in the shadow of the Bills facility at the University of Buffalo as a quarterback. This guy is tall, lengthy, athletic, and a lot of people believe that he could be a freak if he's able to just get more reps, and hopefully we're able to see that in due time. Coming up next on the show, we're going to have some information on this Brian Dawkins helmet giveaway and also some notes on the current Eagles run defense, as well as the poorest play of Fletcher Cox. So let's get to Fletcher Cox here. Is Fletcher Cox cooked? We have some alarming statistical trends that we have to take a look at what he's done the last 6 games. And obviously the eye test shows you that one of the Eagles' all-time greats in franchise history has not played well the last couple of years. Last 6 games for Fletch, 289 total snaps, goose egg for sacks, only 1 tackle for loss, and 2 quarterback hits. For a guy that is being paid top 10 interior defensive lineman money, these numbers, frankly, will not cut it over the last 6 games. And he has been a problem for this porous Eagles rush defense, but also he struggled to get after the quarterback. He ranks 45th out of 66 defensive tackles this year, graded by Pro Football Focus. And when you're making top 10 interior defensive lineman money, and you have been making that money for a long time, and you haven't played elite football in a couple of years, that's why the fan base is outraged right now. Cox did play 70 snaps against Washington, and he did admit he was very truthful about how he felt following that game. You want the truth, he said? I feel like shit. It ain't a good feeling. But you do what you need to do to win the game. 70 snaps is 70 snaps. And 70 snaps is rigorous throughout the course of an NFL football game. I know that if I were to play 70 snaps at defensive tackle right now, I probably would not be able to walk for a couple of days. But Fletcher Cox is getting paid a lot of money. We've seen how great he can be since getting drafted in the first round out of Mississippi State for a long time. He was the second best defensive tackle in the NFL behind Aaron Donald. And again, when you're being paid a handsome sum, we're just asking you to be a little bit more productive on a defensive line that should allow you to be productive because you're playing alongside Javon Hargrave. He has to simply play better, and if there's pressure on one player to improve defensively, it is Fletcher Cox right now, who, by the way, is in the final year of his contract and might not return to Philadelphia if this play continues. All right, that information on this Brian Dawkins autographed helmet. We will be announcing a winner on Sunday during our Colts Eagles watch party. The frosted black Eagles helmet is sick. And then you have the Brian Dawkins signature in highlighter green. Here are the steps that you need to follow to be in the running for this Brian Dawkins helmet. Head to chatsports.com/Valley Brothers. Follow Valley Brothers Collectibles on Facebook. When you're on their page on Facebook, you have to comment Eagles Now on the Dawkins post. You must be subscribed to Philadelphia Eagles Now, and the winner will be announced on Sunday at about the third quarter mark of who wins the signed Brian Dawkins helmet for the most legendary Eagle, in my opinion, in franchise history. Follow all these steps. You'll get in the running. Make sure you do that before Sunday's watch party, and we'll announce a winner during our Sunday watch party.